Hi, welcome to Top Chef University. I'm Carla Hall, finalist from Top Chef New York. Our first course is all about the basics. In this lesson, we're tackling the wonderfully juicy red fruit that is commonly mistaken for a vegetable. You guessed it, the tomato. It's an extremely versatile ingredient that is great at breakfast, lunch, or dinner, both raw or cooked. Some say tomato, others say tomato. Some say tomato. I say, let's get started. Tomatoes have a bright, grassy, summery flavor that transforms into rich, savory flavor when cooked. Here are just a few different varieties of tomatoes and their different characteristics. These are your regular vine-ripened tomatoes. They are picked before they are ripe and will continue to ripe at room temperature. Now, these tomatoes are shaped more like large strawberries and are more denser, and they're just great for purees and sauces. A particular variety of plum tomato, which you may have heard of before, are San Marzano tomatoes. These are commonly called for in recipes of sauces and stews because of their intense flavor, bright color, and rich texture. These large round tomatoes are called beefsteak tomatoes. They are distinctive because of their size, and also when you cut inside, you'll see they're packed with lots of tiny seed compartments. Beefsteak tomatoes are commonly used in the commercial industry due to their large size, and you're probably pretty familiar with them in a hamburger, where one slice is usually the perfect size to match. Finally, the smallest and the sweetest variety are cherry tomatoes. These are great raw in salads and add a fresh burst of flavor and juice with every bite. They're also amazing roasted in a low oven until they're almost falling apart. Tomatoes are best stored at room temperature where they retain their subtle, bright flavor. Once fully ripened, you can then store them in the fridge, but it's not recommended as they do tend to lose their flavor at lower temperatures. A tomato can be sliced and diced much the same way as an onion. Now to slice, place the tomato upside down so it has a stable base and cut into the desired thickness of the slices like so. To dice, begin by slicing the tomato in half horizontal to the cutting board and make nice slices. Not cutting through, and just like in an onion, you make vertical slices. It is really important that your knife is sharp. This is also a great time to use your serrated knife. Then simply run your knife through like this for a beautiful dice. One of the restaurant tricks we have when working with tomatoes to intensify the flavor is salting them. Simply quarter or slice the tomatoes and place them in a colander like so. This is one of my favorite summertime meals. Just sprinkle the salt. Now you salt well with sea salt and then set aside over a bowl or sink for about 10 minutes. The salt draws out some of the water, leaving only concentrated, delicious tomatoes. After about 10 minutes, you toss them lightly to shed any excess salt and liquid, and then you use them like you normally would in a salad. The difference is unbelievable. To peel a tomato, it involves the technique of blanching, which we'll cover later on in this course. But basically, it involves coring a tomato with a paring knife like so, and then cross-hatching the bottom of the tomato so the skin will peel back easily, and simply dropping it in boiling water for about 15 seconds. You remove it, you shock it in ice water, and this blisters the skin, and then with a paring knife you can easily peel back the layers, yielding a beautiful silky tomato like these. Now from here you can deseed them by splitting them in half and scraping out the seeds. The peeled and deseeded tomatoes will add that extra finesse to any tomato sauce or stew with a pure silkiness that only can come from this technique. When tomatoes are slow roasted, their natural sugars concentrate and flesh dehydrate slightly, yielding an intensely flavored tomato with a nice, slightly chewy texture. To roast tomatoes, slice tomatoes in half lengthwise, and then place them on the sheet pan, skin sides down. We're going to slice all of these, and then we're going to scatter the sheet pan with fresh thyme, some fresh garlic, kosher salt or sea salt, and toss with olive oil. We'll just drizzle them with olive oil. We're going to place the tray in a preheated 300-degree oven for 3 hours until shrunken and slightly toasted around the edges. These beautiful tomatoes are amazing in pasta dishes, pestos, salads, or simply en crostini as an hors d'oeuvre. The intense flavor is distinct and the texture is a great addition to many dishes. Yum. I wish you could smell this. It's amazing. So now you know everything there is to know about tomatoes, right? Remember to keep them out of the fridge. You'll never deal with the mushy one again. In the next lesson, we're going from the tomato to the potato, plus the mysterious artichoke, which nothing really rhymes with.